A police officer is charged with murder over a shooting of a pregnant woman at a supermarket. That and more. Chris Talk starts right now. Let's get into it. Welcome, listeners, to another episode of the show. I am your host with the most, Chris Talks. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into the top topic for this episode, which is a police officer charged with murder after shooting a pregnant woman at a supermarket. Wow, that's crazy. A pregnant woman at a supermarket. Oh man,
Bruh.
That is crazy. All right, so as always, I'm gonna let Sarah, my AI, take over the story, and I'm gonna give you my view and my opinion at the end. All right, let's get into it. Hit it.
Thank you, Chris. An Ohio police officer who shot and killed a pregnant woman who was driving a car toward him has been indicted and charged with murder by a Franklin County grand jury. Connor Grubb, 29, has been charged in the August 24, 2023, murder of Takia Young, 21, who was 6 months pregnant when she and her unborn child were killed. The officer faces 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, and 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter stemming from last year's shooting. The attorney representing Young's family, Sean Walton, said in a statement that the indictment was a step toward police accountability. The Columbus Dispatch reports, Takia's life and that of her daughter were extinguished in an act of brutality, becoming yet another symbol of the urgent need for reform in police conduct and accountability. He told reporters, the incident began when a Kroger employee allegedly spotted Young and several other people stealing bottles of liquor from the grocery store. Blendon Township police officers were already in the parking lot helping a woman who had locked her keys in her car when the employee spotted them and asked them for help stopping Young. Bodycam footage released by the police department shows 2 officers standing near Young's car, one officer next to her driver's side window, and Grubb, who stood in front of her car. The officer next to Young's window gives her multiple orders to roll down her window and turn off her car. Young rolls down her window partially, but does not turn off her car, and turns the wheel in an attempt to drive off. As the vehicle begins moving forward, Grubb can be seen with his pistol in hand pointed at Young's windshield. The car moves forward into Grubb, at which point he fires a shot into the car, striking Young in the chest. The car continues moving forward for several feet while the officers try to break Young's window. The vehicle eventually comes to a rest on the sidewalk beneath the Kroger's brick entrance overhang, at which point the officers succeed in breaking the window. Young can be seen slumped over inside the car. The police department has maintained that the officers were not aware that Young was pregnant as she was sitting down at the time of the confrontation, with her stomach not visible to officers. Surveillance video from the Kroger showed that at the time of the shooting, both of Grubb's feet were off the ground as the car hit him. The police called for medical assistance for Young after the shooting. A doctor who was at the store offered to assist until paramedics arrived, but Young ultimately died from her wounds. Grubb started his police career when he joined the Blendon Township Police Department in 2019. He will have his first court appearance on Wednesday, according to Montgomery County prosecutors. Nadine Young, Young's grandmother, told the Columbus Dispatch that her granddaughter's children miss her and that it has been difficult celebrating family events without her. It's been, for me, agony, she told the paper. It's been like a whirlwind of hurt and pain. She said she believes Grubb should be convicted of murder, arguing that he intended to kill her if she didn't comply with his orders. Walton, the family attorney, also said he was prepared to file a civil lawsuit that he hopes the Blendon Township government will settle with the family. Grubb's attorneys, Mark Collins and Caitlin Stevens, said the indictment was not a surprise but said they were confident the evidence would prove their client's innocence. When viewed through the eyes of a reasonable police officer, the evidence will show that our client's actions were justified when there is video evidence that Officer Grubb was hit by a moving vehicle. Collins and Stevens said, this case is not about if Connor Grubb made the decision to use deadly force, but why he made the decision to use deadly force. Back to you, Chris.
Wow. This is a bad one, man. First of all, let's drop a church bell for the lives lost in this situation. Let's do that real quick. Now, with that done, um, let me say this. I feel bad for this situation, but my personal opinion is this: this person, this female, was signaled to stop as she fled. So, I mean, when you flee, I mean, come on, like you flee.
Bruh.
So this was a regular traffic stop, and then suddenly this woman flees.
Wait, what?
What? How? Let me ask you a question. How else are you? How else do you expect the officer to respond to a fleeing vehicle when he's trying to stop the vehicle? Now, the question here is this: did he go too far? Maybe, 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 maybe. Now, in his defense, he didn't know that the woman was pregnant. This happened to be a melanin woman, but he didn't know that the woman was pregnant. But at the same time, and as I said, I'm a two-headed coin. At the same time, police take different measures to stop cars, and shooting through a car is not one of them.
Wait, what?
So him shooting through the car, just in itself, is like,
Bruh.
what are you doing? Okay, now most police departments have what are these things called? What do they call it? Spikes. So they usually have spikes to put down or throw down. So why didn't the police department use the spikes to sit there and stop this vehicle?
Bruh.
This is the question that I would have to that police department. So for that, we gotta. Can we give them the dummy buzzer real quick? Come on now, give them the dummy buzzer. For that, they get the dummy buzzer. Now, was it within the police officer's right and stuff to sit there and shoot uh, the vehicle? Like I said, there's different ways that this police officer could have stopped this vehicle instead of shooting through this vehicle. Now, we looked it up and we didn't really find anything else as far as her, this female having like felony warrants, anything like that. It's not out there at this moment. Uh, it's not out there.
Bruh.
But at the time, it doesn't say that. Like, I would understand just a little bit, just a tiny bit, if she had like felony warrant, felony gun charge, as if she was wanted for murder, like felony murder, something like that. I can understand that part. But the part that I cannot understand is shooting at the car.
Bruh.
I mean, shooting at the car as it pull away. I mean, yeah, but this is well into the chase that you're shooting at the car.
Bruh.
So, I mean, like,
Bruh.
come on. And then they happen to die of their injuries. And we send our condolences to the family that they died of their injuries. But at the same time, like I said, I'm a two-headed coin. At the same time, these people also they ran. So running, okay, running from any officer sort of gives them that authority. Now, I'm not saying that, and I don't want people to confuse what I'm saying. It gives them the authorization. Let me make it clear. It gives them the authorization to do certain things. It doesn't give them the authorization to shoot and kill you.
Bruh.
But it does give them the authorization to take certain measures um, to what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm gonna use the word acquire to acquire or to catch whatever suspect that they're chasing. I said acquire,
bruh,
but to catch whatever suspect that they're chasing. So there are a couple of things here that fit into that circle. But was this officer justified in shooting? I'ma say uh, no. Drop the dummy buzzer. I'm gonna say no because there was many different ways that he could have handled and dealt with the situation. They have what are those things that they throw on the roads and all that stuff to stop spikes to stop cars. So you shooting at it. I mean, come on. I'm not going to go as far as to say that it was on some premeditated joint, but I mean, like, hit the other one.
bruh,
Thank you. I mean, come on, come on.
bruh,
Y'all feel what I'm saying? It's just it's too far. Now, should they get a civil suit and sue the police department? I don't know if they should go that far. Maybe. And if they go that far, maybe I think if they go that far, then as long as this officer is convicted and found guilty of this crime, then I think that they would win, or at least they would probably win. Um, let's say they probably on the state side. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the law out there in Ohio, so I really don't know what they would get. And also, I failed to mention, but I wanted to mention that this woman also tried to use the vehicle to plow over officers. So there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of justification for it, but at the same time, there isn't. I think he probably just went on the how do you say the extreme. You know what I mean?
bruh,
All right, we're gonna read at least one comment. Pull up one comment from. Okay. All right, what does it say? She still be alive if she didn't try to commit vehicle manslaughter on a cop. I just said that. She couldn't drive around him. Oh, she could have drove. She could have drove around him, or he could have. Add. He could have put that together, please, so I can read his right. Come on now. Come on.
bruh,
Okay, he could have escaped out. He could have stepped out the way. Uh, yeah, he could have stepped out the way. He could have. When you watch the video, which we're not going to play, but when you see the video, uh, the cop did have. I think the cop did have a little opportunity to step out the way, but he really didn't. He really didn't. Let me continue. Numerous opportunities were on the table. They both chose wrong. Yeah, they both chose wrong. When you watch the video, and you could go back and you go to YouTube and they'll probably show you this video. But yes, when you watch the video, the officers, which I have viewed, the officers did give her a lot of chances, as they all, uh, how do you say it? They gave her a lot of chances. But you could say this, like towards the end, it seems like they got kind of frustrated with her because of giving all the chances, and then she was not compliant.
bruh,
So I mean,
bruh,
what can you say? What can you say? What can you say? What can you say? And that's my view, and that's my opinion about this particular topic. Drop my home. All right, listen, I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I so appreciate that. Also, uh, check out other links. They're sitting there. They're right there on the page. And If you can follow us, it's a little thing to you, but it's a big thing to me. So follow us and check us out. Hit us up, subscribe, like, subscribe, and check us out. All right. Also, stay blessed and not stressed. Until next episode, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you later. Peace out.